Welcome back to New Day Northwest. You know, there's always something new and exciting going on at the Seattle Art Museum, and we like to stay up to date and make sure you do so as well. Here to help us is SAM's Deputy Director for Art, Jose Carlos Diaz. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
So you started as the museum's Deputy Director of Art last July. How are you enjoying Seattle?
I'm actually loving Seattle. I arrived here in July, and it's been sort of an endless summer until the last, bad weather that we've had recently. But I'm originally from Miami, so I love living on the water. It's been a city full of fantastic food, really friendly people, and I'm really getting settled in.
Oh, I love to hear that. I'm so glad. Well, tell us about your role, and why is it such an important position at SAM?
Yeah, museums across the country are sort of in a revival mode since the pandemic's taken place. And as Deputy Director for Art, I manage all the curators, and we're a museum with 3 sites. So we've got the downtown Seattle Art Museum, we've got the Asian Art Museum at Volunteer Park, and then we've got the fantastic Olympic Sculpture Park. And so I'm in charge of the artistic vision for those 3 sites, but working with a team of curators with expertise that basically will plan and deliver all of the artistic exhibitions, projects, commissions that the city of Seattle and our visitors will see for the next several years and into the future.
So you guys get to sit there in a room and kind of pick out and decide what comes to Seattle, or how to, what to choose, right?
Yeah, not only that, we're also traveling, we're going to art fairs, we're visiting with collectors, we're also working on acquisitions, donations. So every time you visit the museum, there's something for everyone, but there's always something new to see as well.
I love it. Let's talk about what's new right now. What's on view? What can't we miss?
Well, this is a really special month because we have several shows that are closing. So if you were to visit right now, we have a dual exhibition, 2 photographers, Dawood Bey and Carrie Mae Weems, in dialogue it's called. It's a traveling exhibition. It's 2 photographers, both premier black photographers who met in around 1976. Dawood Bey was a photography teacher and Carrie was a student. But the exhibition has over 100 photographs, and it covers basically over 4 decades of their work, from street photography to staged narratives, and they've been lifelong friends. And we're fortunate enough to have Dawood Bey come and visit Seattle before the holidays, and we'll be having Carrie come before the show closes as well.
Oh, what a treat. For people who don't understand photography, isn't that why it is so important to visit SAM and understand kind of the meaning behind those photos?
Oh, absolutely. I think when we think of contemporary art, it's not just painting and sculpture, it's also photography. I think a lot of us are sort of amateur photographers with our cell phones today. And so someone like Dawood Bey and Carrie Mae Weems elevated the medium, and it's certainly worthy of hanging in the museums across the country. And we're so fortunate to basically highlight photography as a really fantastic medium, and through these 2 artists.
And inspiring too. Let's talk about Anthony White.
Oh yeah, Anthony White. That's another show that's closing. Anthony White was our Betty Bowen winner. It's a prize that we give out every year. Anthony White's a Seattle-based painter, and so it's so exciting. Not only do we represent world-class artists, the world-class artists actually live here in our very own city.
Yeah.
So Anthony White, his exhibition is a painting show, and the exhibition will close this month, but I really encourage people to come see it. Anthony paints in a very unique style. He uses basically what's polyactic acid, which is the sort of coils you use for 3D printing, the coiled plastic used for 3D printing.
Oh, no way,
They
really?
look incredibly textured if you look at them up close, but also the content's really incredible. It's sort of a visual archive of Anthony's world. He's a young emerging artist, and if you see the works, they're very textual, but you also recognize a lot of motifs. A lot of them are based from his own life, but there are obviously a lot of things that you recognize from your own personal present of what you're seeing online and on TV.
And it's another reason to go to the museum in person, to see up close, because from afar, seeing these pictures that we just saw, it looks like spray paint, but you're saying there's so much texture to them.
Even up close, they look like quilts. They look highly textured, but they're all handmade. And Anthony, we also acquired a work for the collection, so people will be able to visit and see one in person within our collection galleries in the future.
That's amazing. Thank you for doing that. What's the rest of the year look like at SAM? What's coming up?
Yeah, well, we have so many experts in terms of our curators, so we have a broad span of things. But coming in March, we have an exhibition around textiles. It's called ECOT, A World of Compelling Cloth, and it's curated by Pam McCluskey. And it's an exhibition that covers over 3 centuries of ECOT textile. We don't often think about the things we wear, but ECOT, it's a special type of textile made from dyed fibers. And you probably have seen ECOT maybe going through shops or seen fashion fashion shows, it has sort of a optical quality, a blurry quality. Most of it today is machine made.
Yeah.
And so this exhibition really looks at the traditions of ikat, but across about 7 different parts of the world. And so that's going to open in March, and that'll be in our special exhibition gallery. And then after that, we have a painter named Amalko Baufo. It's a painter from Ghana, and it's also going to be a real incredible highlight this summer.
You know, one of the things I think is so important is, I mean, you're talking about the ikat. It's in everything, right? And so understanding where it comes from is such an important thing to share with everyone. So I'm so glad you're doing that. We are so lucky to have such a world-class museum here. And thank you so much for coming and sharing what's happening and what's up next. We will be checking in with you soon, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.